It is 3 in the morning. Woke up at 1:30 in the morning. Couldn't sleep, so figured might as well just go to the gym and film for you guys. Today's an upper day, so yeah, we're gonna get on it. 4:50 a.m. Just got done with the workout, and now we're having to go to the gas station and then home to do more work. What's up, you guys? It's been so long since I've done a commentary. I feel like it's been either over a year or a couple years. But today was an upper day, and I started by warming up with this mobility band. I got this band on Amazon. It's one of the very lighter weight bands. It has the lightest resistance. So yeah, I like to start with this and just get a good stretch. And I just been really into warming up before I start my first working set. And then I like to do these where I pull in a few times, and I'll go between like 10 to 12 repetitions, and then I will do another movement where it goes out, and this is just warming up my rotator cuffs. And I do this for both sides, so both arms. And then from there, today I started off with a flat bench press. And before I actually put weight on the bar, I like to just do a few quick repetitions with the bar only and just go for more of speed. So here I'm just setting up, and then I'm just going to do some quick repetitions before I start my working sets. So today was more about speed for the flat bench press, and I was doing 5 by 5, so 5 sets of 5 reps. And I was supposed to do 60% of my 1 rep max, but I honestly don't know what my 1 rep max is right now. So I just put tens on the bar and started off with that. It kind of started off sort of slow, but um, that was a good weight for me. Also, I'd like to mention with the hypertrophy program that I'm currently on, during the bigger compound movements like bench, the rest times are longer. So I've been taking between a 2 to 3 minute rest period before the next set, just so I'm fresh for the next set. I'd also like to mention that during this bulking phase, I've been focusing a ton on correcting my form, trying to do as perfect a form as I possibly can, and studying it. So with bench, I do a slight arch, but I'm not really into that whole powerlifting, over exaggerated arch. For me, as long as my shoulder blades are touching the bench as well as my butt is not lifting off the bench, and I'm hitting the bar on my chest, and as long as my grip is even and wide for my body, I feel like that's perfect form for me. So yeah, that's what I've been looking for during my bench. Next thing I did was machine incline press. This machine's a bit awkward for me, but I just made it work, and it was for doing 4 working sets of 6 to 10 repetitions. So I just kind of focused on the squeeze and making sure I was getting good squeeze in my chest. One thing that would make this machine better is if it had like one of those lift off levers, so it's not so awkward when you're pushing, your first rep out. But ended up working out, and I just ended up lifting the chair just a level up to make it less awkward. Next on the agenda was 3 sets of lateral raises, between 8 to 12 reps. And I try not to use too much momentum. I try to feel full tension from going up to going down. because with this movement, you need to do that in order to get the most out of it instead of just swinging it up and letting it drop down. Then I set up for these cable flies. I did 3 sets high, 3 sets low, and I did supersetted. So I did like 15 repetitions high. Then I went straight to doing 15 repetitions low. And sometimes I try to close my eyes so I can make sure that I feel the contraction and I feel the stretch in my chest. Because sometimes if you're just going through the motion, lifting weights, but not really focusing on the tension, the squeeze, then you may not be getting the best bang for your buck for the movement. I also wanted to say, although I am not the leanest right now because I am bulking, I love the way I look for me being on a bulk because the last time I intentionally bulked, I gained a ton of fat and I couldn't see as much definition in my arms, in my abs, as I did the last time I bulked, which was more of a dirty bulk. Yeah, I could see no tricep, nothing. I know I'm going to get hate for using the Smith machine, but believe it or not, it's part of my hypertrophy program. So I also did a few sets of this slight incline Smith machine press. And it's kind of weird to get used to since it only has one frame of motion, which is just up and down. But unlike when you just naturally bench, the bar doesn't just move up and down so perfectly like that. So it's a little bit awkward, but I got through it. Next things I did was the tricep push down, and with this movement, I like to make sure my butt is back so that it allows me to have more room to fully extend my arm. If you were to imagine if I stood perfectly straight, there wouldn't be as much room for me to move my arm back as far as I do. So I kind of basically push my butt out in order to move my legs out of the way so I have more room to fully extend on that. And then this next movement is called a 90-degree shoulder flexed bicep curl, basically. So yeah, it's pretty much self-explanatory. I just do these curls this way, and it gives you a really, really good pump. So I really like this movement. And then some of the finishers was doing this tricep overhead extension with the dumbbell, and I don't really like these because it just feels awkward, and I actually suffer from elbow pain when I do these types of movements. So I usually, if I do them, I perform them with very little weight. And then this was supposed to be like an incline seated dumbbell curl, but all the other seats were taken up where you could adjust it. So I kind of pushed my body forward and laid back a bit so that it basically replicated the same scenario. But yeah, give this a like if you like the commentary, and I can do more in the future. And comment down below any suggestions you have for me. Alright, you guys, so I'm just doing a quick update for you all on my iPhone. So I just got done editing that commentary, and I will not be posting as much for the next week, but the week after we're going to get back on our normal schedule. The reason being there's a lot of things going on with my work, with my personal stuff that I have to get taken care of. So yeah, been super busy, been grinding, hustling every day. And yeah, it's been non-stop. And this morning I woke up at actually 1:30 in the morning. Couldn't sleep, so that's why I decided to start heading to the gym around 3 in the morning. But yeah, it's been hectic, but getting this edited for you all. Gonna post it today, so you have something for the week.